Welcome aboard the Ralph Benedict Experience. Welcome back. This is the Ralph Benedict Experience. Today in this episode, we are joined by JR. Introduce yourself, JR.
Hello.
JR is a co-worker of mine, and I really learn a lot from her. And today we're gonna get personal with her. So JR, I know you're already married, but now you're preparing for your wedding. How's the process going?
It's quite stressful. There's a lot involved with the planning as far as where you want to have the venue, who's going to be your photographer, who you want involved in the venue or in the ceremony. There's a lot going on. Too much that I can handle on my own.
Is it still manageable?
It's quite overwhelming, but I feel that I'd rather do it myself versus hiring out because I'm a Virgo and I'm a perfectionist. So I think little things here and there would probably tick me off if they wanted it their way versus my way.
I see. So there's not a lot of friction. How about the ideas between you and your spouse on how this wedding is going to come about?
She agrees with me more than half the time. She says, yeah, whatever you like, which kind of makes me a little upset because I'd like to hear her point of view too, but, we compromise here and there.
Is there ever any disagreements or any opposing viewpoints from the two of you?
There are, but I don't know, I kind of just let it fly.
So the venue is not going to be held locally. You're actually going to a different state.
Yes.
How did that planning go?
We definitely wanted to do something destination, but yet somewhat local. We visited one spot first, just Googling the venue. They did offer a lot of incentives to having our wedding there. And we just looked at a second venue maybe like a week or so after, and they weren't offering as much, and the cost was a lot more than we can afford. So we went with the first choice.
Okay. So then how did your guests respond now that it's a destination wedding?
Some guests were concerned with traveling to another state, with how much they have to spend and have to maybe not give a gift. But a lot of friends were cool with it, being it's a state that they may not normally travel to. I think a lot more people are okay with it than opposed to it.
What did this venue offer you incentives that you felt like this is the one to go with?
I mean, a lot of venues, especially if it's a hotel, they'll give like a free night stay for the wedding night. They were offering us 2 getting ready rooms versus just one, or not even offering a getting ready room like the day of the wedding. What else did they offer? I can't even think off the top of my head. But the fact that the cost was a lot less than other venues, we were thinking of that because our budget is very tight.
Is the wedding planning still within the original budget you've thought about?
I think at this point we may have exceeded it, but it's still within a realm that we were thinking.
Is anybody else helping you fund?
No, it's just us two. So we're scrounging up cash here and there, doing a lot of OT.
And anybody part of the wedding process that you hired recently that you felt like this is a good hire? Like, how'd you meet your photographer?
We looked them up online. We used Thumbtack.
Okay.
That it's not just like wedding vendors. They have tons of different options. On Thumbtack, you can put like a range, like a budget range that you're looking into. And they'll email you that they're interested, and you just converse back and forth and see who's a good fit. But this guy, we read the reviews, and his reviews were really good. We were actually choosing a different vendor, but once we read their reviews, it was terrible.
So, JR, is there anything that you didn't expect out of this wedding process?
I think how much planning there needs to be. It's not just like what you're gonna eat that night and what you're gonna wear. There's a lot involved with decorations, which guests you want to invite, who to exclude, who you can invite, who you can't. There's too much. I don't expect it to go exactly as I planned it, but it's okay. We'll have a good time.
Oh, that's good. I feel like some people are perfectionists. Like you said, you were a Virgo, but yet you're lenient on how things will go.
Internally, I'm stressing, but I definitely want to have a good time myself, so we'll just see how it goes.
I'm sure there is some fun parts in this process. Any you can think of?
I do enjoy, being a perfectionist. I have been doing a lot of Excel spreadsheets, which I find fun. Just kind of tallying up whoever's sent their RSVPs back. I don't know. I just like doing that kind of stuff, being organized in that sense. But I also like crafting a little bit.
Which parts are being handcrafted?
We're making a sign, kind of like a welcome sign with our name on it. And because our theme is travel related, we bought like a wooden map that it's just outlined with the world map, and we're putting our names and whatever on the sign. So
Sure. Where'd you get the idea from?
Pinterest. A lot of ideas are coming from Pinterest, but we just so happened to be walking through Hobby Lobby and saw a map, and we're like, let's use it.
So I wanted to ask about your wedding dress, and that your spouse will also be wearing one.
Yes, we both are.
How did you budget 2 wedding dresses?
Well, she paid for her own and I paid for mine. So I don't know what her budget was that she wanted to spend, but I definitely did not want to spend more than $1,000. I mean,
Oh, wow.
I know that wedding dresses can be expensive, but I did see one that was over $2,000, which was gorgeous, and I would have loved to have it, but $2,000 on a dress that you're going to wear one night, I don't think is realistic.
Any other aspects that anybody out there who are planning their wedding would get a heads up on?
Definitely save money early on. Try not to buy everything all at once. I mean, it depends what kind of decorations or giveaways or, let's say, place card holders, invitations, whatever you want. Figure out what you and your spouse want together.
So we keep mentioning throughout the show that you and your spouse, because you guys are already married in court.
Yeah.
Why wasn't it within the same time frame?
It was...
Did you later decide that, we should get a wedding?
No, we definitely wanted to have our court date very close to our wedding date. We had our wedding date planned already, but with some personal family issues, it ended up being separate.
What about your last names? Is your last name hyphenated with theirs?
We haven't changed our names yet, but we do plan to. We are hyphenating our names. Hers first and then mine. I don't know why we chose that order, but I guess it just flows better the way that our names are.
Okay. So where are you now in the wedding process? I understand it's in a month or so, a couple months.
Yeah, 2 months.
I'm sure those 2 months will go by pretty fast.
It's coming close, yes. In the process, we are kind of waiting for everyone's RSVPs. We are kind of setting up our timeline as far as the ceremony reception goes with our photographer / DJ. Yes, I got them in a package deal.
I bet you're saving a lot because of that.
Yes.
If you found this content valuable, please share with someone you think could relate. If you would like to comment on the episode, you can do so by visiting theralphbenedictexperience.com. Now, before we depart, I would ask that you hit subscribe so you can be notified when new episodes are available. Go ahead and leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts to help others find the show. Thanks for listening.